Made over 25 years ago, The Evil Dead tells the tale of college friends battling demons in the backwoods of Tennessee. It began the career of Spider-Man director Sam Raimi, Hercules and Xena producer Rob Tappert, and actor Bruce Campbell. Tonight we sit down with Tom Sullivan, the creator of the film's special effects, and we learn the method to his mayhem.
When I think of Evil Dead, I think of Bruce Campbell getting blood hosed onto his face on more than one occasion. And I'd never seen that before.
Today's term of low budget comes nowhere near the low budget that we had to deal with.
Everybody was having a good time. We were working hard and eating, macaroni and cheese nonstop.
21, 22, you don't think about, do we have any money to make this? You just think about, wow, we're going to make a movie.
Calm it down! Yeah!
It had more blood and guts than I think I had seen in my life.
The body's disintegrating. My approach in Evil Dead was, we're like kids throwing a neighborhood haunted house. The whole body exploding, the neck exploding. You blindfold them and hold out your hand and you pour a can of spaghetti in their hand and, ooh, these are the brains, ooh.
It almost defies logic the way it comes together.
I was in creative heaven.
Sam Raimi and Tom Sullivan obviously were complete unknowns at the time.
Horror films were, Halloween and other things were huge. For a filmmaker who wanted to break into filmmaking, that was a pretty sure way to do it. And they managed to raise 80 grand with that, so went off to make Evil Dead.
And it wasn't until we were discussing what actually was going to happen, and this gentleman over here, his name is Tom Sullivan. Well, actually, he's in the kitchen right now concocting certain things. Oh, don't you worry about it, girls. He's a master at this. You just leave that to Tom.
So I was creating props. I created the Book of the Dead, the dagger, did the special effects makeup. I supervised the stop motion animation sequence.
Okay, I have 14 lines. This should be easy, Oh, yeah, here I'm a monster. Okay, I'm sure I can do monster. I can't do that forever.
In the late 70s, contact lens technology was in the Stone Age.
Hard, unbending plastic that covered, most of your eyeball.
They would have to actually go in and have their eyes molded.
Thank God for Tom, because they were told that we had to take those out every 15 minutes or we could maybe lose our sight.
There were rules. You could only wear them 5 times a day for 15 minutes apiece.
And the guys would go, oh yeah, right, fine. We're shooting, But Tom actually watched the time.
They had to improvise, and on the set, they didn't have any fresh water. And the saline sterile solution is expensive, maybe $10 or something. Who had that kind of dough? So what did they use to rinse out these contact lenses? They used coffee. Can you imagine that? I just...
Hey! Hey!
Towards the end of the film, Linda's character pretty much has had it.
There's a shot in a scene outside where the possessed Linda is attacking Ash, and he has this big 6x6 beam or something that he's clobbering her with.
Which means the person who portrayed Linda has quite had it.
Betsy Baker was like, damn it, hit me in the head.
Sam had specifically said, all right, Betsy, here's what I want you to do. I want you to really spit it out like the Empire State Building.
Yeah, you know what? When I do the spit thing, I'm gonna spit right into the camera. And should I do that? And I said, go ahead.
And so I did.
It's a great shot, but you've just coated a camera they rented with, goo and saliva.
They weren't happy there for a few seconds, but at least I hit my mark.
Suddenly, we're gonna be up another hour. I kind of wish I'd handled that differently. On the other hand, the pain goes away on payday, and it's a hell of a shot. When it came to the finale, my pitch to Sam was, well, what if we show disintegration of various bits of these characters? I was thinking, wait, we could do a split screen. Sam liked it, and wanted to make sure I could do it. We did a test, and it looked great. We sent it off to Sam, who was in New York editing. and he liked it. So I and Bart designed the whole sequence. So you had live action hair falling, and it had to be careful so it wouldn't cross into the matte zone or just disappear. And then when you film that shot, you rewind the camera and you change the matte precisely so that the area you photographed, now that's painted black so it won't be exposed. And we're filming the clay animation face. We sent the stuff off and Sam loved it. If we wanted to throw in a shot, we added it. I created a Ellen Deadite head and we mounted that on a hinge that was attached to a crank jack, and you could crank this thing so it would move this thing downwards. We shot it in his garage, which amazingly resembled the wall and ceiling of the cabin. Bart animated one side of the face, I animated another. We did this shot, got it in one take. So I directed that sequence. It's a huge amount of work. It would take a day or two to set up a shot, just to prepare it.
I love the stop motion stuff. It had a unique quality to it that no other horror film, especially a low budget movie that was made for no money, had.
Bart and I got along great, and it was easily, we both claim this is one of the best artistic collaborations we've ever had.
All the effects that Tom Sullivan did, I think influenced a lot of young people to get a camera and to just go nuts with it.
The film's impact was about how much you could do with the least amount of money.
You know, some of the shots don't match, but it doesn't matter. You know, and one demon looks completely different than he did 2 scenes earlier. I think that's very endearing.
That's the whole beauty of this film, is that it's scary, yet at the same time so over the top, but it works somehow.
Evil Dead gets the credit for inspiring a lot of horror films, but I really think Evil Dead goes beyond that. I think it inspired a lot of filmmakers, no matter what genre.
Tom Sullivan taught us anything in this film, it's that if you kind of know the science behind it, you can create a version of it that you can get away with.
He was a great master of doing something with very little and making it work to the best of his ability.